Hello, Corpse of Comedy Fog here, and this is Wheels of Fury. And today, Killer Kyle and Midmat are going to talk about SummerSlam. It is going to be so much fun. I hope you enjoyed the review. What are you doing? I told you I do not want to talk to you. Go away, I am doing a video. This is Wheels of Fury. I demand you leave, you stupid bat. I do not like you. What part of English do you not understand? Oh shit. What are you doing? Ah, don't. Hey, me Matt here. This is Killer Kyle, and welcome to Wheels of Fury, SummerSlam 2018, the 30th anniversary.
Yes.
And before we start, I'd just like to say that this guy right here has his own YouTube channel.
Yes, I am in the beginning. Well, I've been watching things on YouTube now for quite a while, and well, I had an account put together, and I used it for YouTube, just to subscribe to channels and like things and leave comments and that. And so I'm using it for that, but who knows, I may end up doing my own separate videos. Like, this will never stop. This has been going on for almost 2 years now. We're not gonna put this thing to rest by any means necessary, but you know, I may do videos of like my thoughts on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Impact Wrestling, something else, maybe MMA, or kickboxing, or
Baseball.
Baseball, yeah. Could be anything. If you want, comment on this video what you'd like to see me talk about. It can be anything. It can be sports related, it can be wrestling related, it can be food related, it can be anything. Nothing's off limits, and at some point I'll probably make a video about whatever, but in the meantime, yeah, I've pretty much started up my own YouTube channel.
Yeah, well, hey, maybe I'll appear in it one day. I mean, I've been doing this for damn near 13 years.
Yeah.
Although you can't see my earliest videos, obviously.
Right, yeah.
But, yeah, I've been doing this for a long time, so it's great to have you join. I've invited you to do a video, and we've been doing this ever since. So...
Yeah. Well, Matt and I met each other, I think it was a few days after you moved in here. You got some mail of mine that ended up in your mailbox somehow.
Yeah.
We met, we talked, we hung out. He had like a welcoming gathering for him, be joining Tower Hill, and then a few times I mentioned to him, hey, if you need, like, if you want help with doing your videos, or, you know, want extra input, advice, whatever, you know, let me know. We can film a video together. And our first video was predictions for Night of Champions? Or
no, it was Backlash.
No. Yeah, Backlash.
I'm gonna look that up, but it might have been Backlash.
And here we are, almost 2 years later, still rocking it out.
Pretty much.
So,
yeah. Now to talk about something not so fun.
Yeah.
SummerSlam. Just got done doing NXT TakeOver Brooklyn.
I'm
not saying this is going to be the worst show. It's definitely not going to be the greatest, obviously.
It's certainly going to be an interesting one.
Pretty much, yeah. So let's get this one over with. So we got the pre-show. We have 2 matches, which, well, that always happens anyway, so...
Tag team match for the Raw Tag titles. We got the B team of Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel against the Revivals, Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson. Oh,
yeah, you know, these 2 guys definitely one of the best tag teams of this era, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
You know, the Revival definitely have been very old school in their way of wrestling. They flips, just kicks.
Yes.
And that epic promo they cut last year on Raw. And, yeah, they're definitely, it's a refreshing thing to look at. You have guys that take their shit serious, and they definitely know how to wrestle and, you know, not be so goofy. Which, there's nothing wrong with that, but there's a time and a place, you know, and loving tribute to Jim Anvil Neidhart, who we lost this past Monday. You know, we can get into it right now, talking about, I already did my tribute. You know, Jim Anvil being one of the best brick shithouse tag team partners of Heart Foundation. And, you know, he talked about them to death and how much of an impact that they made in the business at that time. And then, of course, you got to talk about his days in Memphis wrestling. And, you know, the guy definitely was a phenomenal wrestler.
Absolutely.
You look at his days, you know, with the early incarnation of High Energy with Owen Hart.
Yeah.
You have him and Owen Hart in '94. You have, obviously, the Heart Foundation. The New Heart Foundation.
The New Heart Foundation, yes. Of course, you can go back to him being spotted, I guess, by Stu Hart, and Anvil being trained by Stu Hart, and then, of course, being on Stu's promotion of the Calgary Stampede wrestling.
Marrying into the family.
Yes.
Father of Natalia. Yeah, you just feel for her, though.
Oh, yeah.
It's just one of those things where it's like a freak accident that just fall and then, you know, ends in an instant.
Yeah.
And
it's kind of crazy to think about. You look at the new Hart Foundation. Of course, you had Davey Boy Smith, Owen Hart, Anvil, and Brian Pillman. And Brett.
Yeah, I mean, Brett's the last...
Brett's the surviving member. Brett's the surviving member of that group. It's the same as you could probably compare it to hopefully this doesn't come off the wrong way, Von Erich boys.
No, you're definitely right there.
Kevin Von Erich being a surviving member of that family.
Well, yeah. You know, you have that. You've got Michael P.S. Hayes, the last... Well, no.
There's Terry Gordy, but really Michael Hayes is the last member of the original Freebirds.
So, I mean, you know, it's another end of an era, and it's sad. You know, we lost Jim Manful Neidhart. This past... yesterday we lost Aretha Franklin. You know, and I talked about her as well. Forgot to mention that she was the first woman to be mentioned in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes.
So, you know, I know Jim Manful Neidhart's going to be missed.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, in the wrestling community. I think that he is, well, you know, he's underrated because he had the tag team titles, but other than that, I don't even think in WCW he had a championship.
I don't think Anvil ever got a singles championship in his career.
Well, I don't know about Memphis, but I think he might have.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think a single championship, so this ain't whiskey or anything like that. Just water.
It'll do. This is just pop to Anvil. May you rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Anvil. You will be missed.
Indeed. Now that we got that out of the way.
Yeah. I mean, both good tag teams. I think the Revival definitely, you know, are a very good tag team, and they do. You look at the B team, and yeah, they're pretty. I mean, 2 third-generation wrestlers, and
who would ever thought 2 third-generation wrestlers would be paired together and be so over?
Oh yeah.
Like when they were with the Miz, like they were good. Yes, they would cheat to help the Miz win, and they, you know, were your heels. But once they went on their own, Miz went back to SmackDown, and Bo and Curtis stayed on Raw. It seemed like at the start they were kind of just like, okay, we're still together, we're a tag team, but like, what do we do? Where do we go? And then all of a sudden they came up with this B team idea, and it got them to where they are now.
But you think about this too. You get someone like Joe Henning, and you bring him in, and you go, alright, we're going to call you Michael McEllicuddy, and you're going to have like this splendid gig with Santino about your beard or whatever.
Yeah.
Be a shitty type wrestler heel. And
yeah.
Then you go on to WWE Raw, and you call him Curtis Axel, courtesy of Larry the Axe Henning and his father, Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig.
Yeah.
And he wins the Intercontinental title on Father's Day, very fitting.
Yes.
But other than that, you know, being Paul Heyman's lackey or whatever, but when you put him with Bo Dallas, it was almost like, yeah, he was still the funny guy. He was like the funny heel, but it was like there was more to that character.
Yes.
The same with, I can't remember the guy's name, but Bo Dallas. You know, he's a guy that definitely was a soft-spoken Native American, whatever. Became the motivational speaker.
Yes.
Kind of was funny off of that. Went to SmackDown, I think it was, from NXT.
Yeah.
You know, did the motivational speaker thing. That was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had, before that, though, a feud with JBL.
Yes.
And so, yeah, and then being in the B team and really coming into his own and just being more vicious and more,
of brace to his voice.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So I think that's really cool. But still, I want to see the Revival finally get the championships.
Yeah, like with Bo Dallas, it was one of those things where when he was first on NXT, they kind of wanted him to be a representation of his family. He had, of course, the signature black glove, the tights, and the boots and whatever, and then he eventually started wearing the singlet and kind of diverted away from the family reputation. And then they've got all the stuff that you had mentioned with Curtis Axel. There's also the bit with him complaining about never being eliminated from the Royal Rumble. He was, you know, so many days still in the Royal Rumble match, never eliminated, attacked from behind, and there was one other thing. I can't remember. Anyways, yeah, there's all of that. Then how to mesh these two together. Well, oh, that's the other thing. We also had Curtis Axel, or Michael McGillicuddy was the member of the Nexus as well.
Sure.
But it seemed to be for a little bit there that both these guys were kind of on a downward slump, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then they were working with The Miz on an installment of the Marine franchise, which God knows why that's still going. Anyways, I digress.
Yeah.
They were part of that, and then they worked off of that and put the three of them together on TV in the ring, called them the Masters, had them get involved in matches, you know, whether it be for the Intercontinental Championship or whatever. And then, like I said, you got Miz going to SmackDown, you got Bo and Curtis on Raw, and I don't know why, I don't know how, but this whole B-Team thing is working.
Oh, I know.
But I do feel you are right. It's due time for the Revival to be tag team champions. I've mentioned this in videos before. What the fuck, I'll do it again. You got the Revival, NXT, hot, white hot, on fire. NXT Tag Team Champions twice. They're beating everybody possible on NXT. They come to the main roster. They're running through tag teams on their main roster. Left, right, center, bam, injury. Out for how long? Recover, come back. Pick up right where they left off. Like nothing happened. Bam, another injury.
Yeah, man.
Fucking out for however long. Come back together. And flop.
Yeah, you know, and it's kind of, and it's too bad, really, because you look at the whole, and again, the whole argument, the professional wrestling and sports entertainment thing, and it's cool to be a tag team with a gimmick.
Yes.
But you also have to realize that it's professional fucking wrestling.
Yeah.
These two guys are as old school as you can get.
Yes.
You know, and it's like, put the titles on these two guys. They're fucking ready. You have to do it.
No, absolutely.
Because, you know, if you keep denying them the championships, then why are they still there?
I know.
You know, it's kind of like, it's a I guess, you know, all these guys, they think that they're professional wrestlers. They mustn't have the titles. Well, it's about fucking time you put the titles on them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all I could say. I mean, if you want to continue the feud with the B team, then go for it. But still, these guys definitely need to have their due shot, their due title reign.
Yes, absolutely.
So, yeah, I think we both agree the Revival need this more than anything.
Yes.
So.
Up next, you got a mixed tag team match. You got the business associate, Zelina Vega, with Andrade Cien taking on Lana and Rusev Day.
Can we just pull CG aside and say, what accent are you gonna fucking go with?
Yeah, pick one for fuck's sake.
Jesus. But not seriousness. You know, here's another guy that we talked about, Rusev.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a guy who comes in to NXT with Sylvester LaFleur.
Yes.
He has the, you know, barbarian look, and it's all really cool, and he speaks Bulgarian.
They call him the Bulgarian Brute.
You know, no English. And then you have Lana coming in. And then it's like, okay, so now they go on to SmackDown. And it's like, well, they go, it was Raw first.
Yeah.
But anyways, you know, you get the feud with John Cena. You get the feud with whoever else. And it's like, then, you know, Total Divas comes along and fucks things up, as they do. And now, of course, we know the fucking personal life. We got Lana and Rusev are married, and, you know, Lana isn't really a Russian, and
Yeah.
fucking Rusev can speak English, and it's... Why? Why do this? Why, you know, and this is why your company is gonna go down the shitter. You took the belief. It's almost like the Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
You have kids and they believe in Santa Claus. And eventually, as they get older, it gets taken away from them. Well, Santa's not real.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck, really?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that, you know. Like, when I was a kid, I obviously knew that Skinner wasn't a swamp guy, or I knew that the Berserker wasn't a Viking. It doesn't mean that you can't take the suspense away.
Yeah. Or Darcel wasn't a Repo Man.
Exactly. Or Smash. You know? And it's like, and I probably worded that wrong, you can't take the suspense away from the kids.
Yeah.
And when you do that kind of shit, it makes me, as a fan, and I already know that the characters are bullshit. It makes me go, okay, you can't tell me that this woman here is a Russian woman. If she's of Russian descent, sure, why not? Nikolai Volkov was Croatian, they made him a Russian, so why not? But to actually show me that she's an American makes no sense. It doesn't, it takes a lot of things away from the atmosphere. I mean,
Yeah.
kids don't watch Total Divas, I'm sure, anyway, so...
Not likely.
So, I mean...
Well, even like I said there a while ago, when they didn't have Lana on TV for a little while, and then there's that segment on SmackDown where they had Aiden English and Rusev, and here in comes Lana, returning, you could say, and she's speaking, and she's American with like a little hint of a Russian accent.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, there goes that down the drain.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, you never once saw Ivan Koloff break character.
No.
You never once... Oh, well, I mean, again, Nikolai Volkov had an accent, but you never once saw him break character.
Yeah.
I mean, he came out to WrestleMania 17 with the Finnish national anthem, but that's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're gonna see Nikolai Volkov, may he rest in peace, on TV, have him singing the Russian national anthem, and then see him in a bar and have him speaking to somebody in Croatian.
No, that's true. But regardless, it's like, you know, the suspense is gone.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing to, like, it's not a movie, like, it's completely different from a movie.
Yeah.
It's, you know, we watch it every week, and now we can't take it serious because this person is a fake.
Yeah.
And yeah, wrestling is whatever, fuck you.
Yeah.
She is not who, I don't know how, I don't know what word to put it.
The character's changed. The character's not the same as it used to be. I mean, yeah, she, like, when she was with Rusev, and it was her and Rusev, and him with the United States Championship, and, you know, him on NXT and whatever, she was this hard-ass Russian bitch. Now she's this fun-loving, outgoing, dancing wrestler, and it's not the same. Yeah, she can still have that mean streak, if you will, but other than that, the rest is gone.
It's like if you took the British Bulldog, well, let's say the British Bulldog was American. And say take David Boy Smith and say, hey guys, how's it going? Next week, hey guys, welcome here. You know, it's like,
huh?
You know. So it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
No.
So, either what you should have done was just change your name completely. Have her go to the ring and say, I was a phony. That's the word I was thinking about, phony.
Phony, yeah.
I digress.
Right.
You get Zelina Vega and Andrea Almas. These two are on fire. They did really good in NXT. You know, as big as Zelina is, she could still go. You know,
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't do a very good Hurricane Rana, but she tries. Andrea, well, what we always say, you know, a nicer version of ADR.
Yeah.
And, you know, he is also of luchador background. His family, big luchadors, and he comes out, he's got the mask on, and the outfit, it looks pretty cool. So, in this match, you have the Mexican versus the Bulgarian.
Yeah.
These two guys definitely could have a decent match. Lana and Zelina, I'm not too sure they could work. I think the height difference is a little bit off.
Yeah, no kidding.
But I think these two can have a good match too. I don't know. I mean, it's a hard one to like. I think Rusev needs a win though.
Yeah, you could say that.
But yeah, so
I mean, even the whole bullshit they've got with Aiden English right now.
oh yeah, sucks. Yeah, no, you don't really have to tear a team up, really.
No.
They're trying so hard to keep Rusev a heel, but everyone's behind him.
Yeah.
So, I
mean, they went with the whole Rusev Day thing for a reason.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's Vince McMahon, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Rusev and Lana. I mean, as much as I enjoy Zelina and Andrea, and I saw them in Peterborough, I'll probably see them again in a few weeks.
Yeah.
These two are great at what they do, but I still think that, you know, Lana and Rusev can also pull it off.
Yeah, I can see that.
You have the accolade, you know, and all that other stuff that Lana can do, but it's like, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna say Lana and Rusev.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see what they do with this post SummerSlam, but yeah, I'm gonna go Rusev and Lana too. I'm really interested in seeing what, like, the matches that Zelina and Lana had together were not bad. So it'll be interesting when they add in the mixed tag concept to the match, what will happen.
Yeah, I have to correct myself. It's not Andrea, it's Andrade.
Andrade.
So, again, and I think I see a lot of good things for him too. I just think this match should go to Lana and Rusev, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the way it is.
Up next, we've got probably the hottest rivalry in the last, I'll say, 10 to 15 years. A recently returned Daniel Bryan going one-on-one with the man he despises with a passion. Dumbass!
Dumbass! Oh, that's feared. But it's like, I'm a little afraid, only because I've said this before, a lot of hype, but the payoff, I would hope, would be good. You have The Miz, who was training, well, not training, it was NXT, what do you call it?
NXT during its competition days.
Yeah, he was mentoring The Miz,
No, Daniel Bryan was being mentored by The Miz.
and, you know, from there, it was like, okay, they had a match for the US title.
Yes.
Daniel Bryan won. From there, you know, skip ahead, you have Daniel Bryan leaving. He, you know, says his goodbyes.
Announces his retirement, and then goes on to do commentary for the Cruiserweight Classic. Then he eventually becomes general manager for SmackDown, and ooh boy!
And for some reason, well, before he becomes general manager, I think, he gets mocked by The Miz.
Yes.
And it's like, that came out of nowhere, but...
Yeah.
So you have them have a back and forth. You've got the epic talking smack where Mike, not The Miz, Mike lets loose on WWE talking smack, talking about, I'm the greatest Intercontinental Champion, this title is relevant, and you're dogging me, you're tossing me aside.
You don't have your most prestigious championship on SmackDown. You hype up new tag championships, the new women's championship, but you don't have the Intercontinental Championship on your show. And then, of course, Daniel Bryan goes, well, I have all the respect in the world for the championship. I just don't respect you. You're a soft competitor. You're a coward. And fucking Miz loses his marbles and is like, I'm the coward. You're the one that can't wrestle anymore. You're the one that's retired. Why don't you just quit and go back to working in bingo holes and all this other stuff? And it's like, holy fuck.
Oh yeah, his face was red, his eyes were teary, and the veins on his forehead. It was like very passionate. And it's true. The Intercontinental Championship. You know, 7-year-old Matt really loved the title.
Yeah.
And it was one of my favorites. And to see that title, you know, be second banana. And of course, he had his mid-card title, but still. I mean, for a while in 2015, I think it was hot potato.
Oh yeah, fuck.
You know, R-Truth, Dean Ambrose, all that. Maybe it was, I don't know, whatever. But, you know, make the damn thing relevant again. And as much as I'm not a fan of The Miz, I think he did.
Yeah, without a doubt.
You know, I think that it sucks that he was the longest Intercontinental Champion at one time. I don't think he beat Perfect or Honky Tonk Man.
No, I don't think so.
But he's definitely up there, and you know, having Bryan coming back eventually, being cleared to wrestle, you wanted this feud to continue.
Oh, absolutely.
But they teased it. You know, Miz had a baby girl. You know, he has some new shows. And it's like, awesome to see where that goes and that went, you know. And then, of course, they finally come back to it. So now it'll be interesting to see what this match is going to bring.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I hope to hell that this match delivers.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
You know, I think that these two individuals deserve to have a great match. And hopefully, you know, if they continue this feud, you know, instead of just teasing it, that would be great.
Yeah.
But, you know, nonetheless, I don't know. Like, I can't really decide who I want to win.
Yeah, really.
You know, The Miz is really shit on Daniel Bryan for the last 2 years. So, well, more than that. So, I mean, yeah, I really would like to see Bryan win this match.
You know, it's interesting. When you and I were watching that collection spotlight, and there was a thing on there about The Miz and being on OVW, and then going to the $1 Million Coffin Off and not winning, and then going to Deep South, and then eventually making his way to the main roster. And he's talking about all this build-up, and one thing he says is, like, I could take all the credit in the world for making the Intercontinental Championship, but I'm not going to. I can't. It's not just me. It's everyone. All the guys he was opponents with as he was Intercontinental Champion. You know, Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose, back, whoever. That was the cool thing, like, when you see him on TV, he's like, oh yeah, I made this Intercontinental Championship prestigious, it's all on me, I'm the reason why this championship is talked about again. But in reality, he's like, well, it wasn't just me, it was me and the people I was in the ring with.
And that's another example of breaking character and being real.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that's great and everything. Again, it takes a bit of the whole suspense, and it's like, guys like you and me probably go, okay, we know that this is all bullshit, but, you know, you look at the character, and then you look at the human being, and it's like, okay, I want to hate this son of a bitch, but for some reason...
Damn it, I respect him.
Yeah.
To me, like, when I was watching that, in my head, I was like, there's little things there's little things to being a champion. One is defending it on a regular basis. One is doing all these media stuff, whether it be like radio interviews, talk shows, podcasts, maybe stuff on YouTube, autographs, pictures, whatever else. But there's one crucial element that is either very seldom talked about, if at all, is how you conduct yourself as a champion.
Yeah.
Because, like, Miz just shot straight and he was like, yes, I was Intercontinental Champion, and yes, WWE had put the belief in me that I could make the championship mean something again. But it wasn't just me, it was the people I had matches with, and as the old saying goes, it takes two to tango, and it's true, and that's why the Intercontinental Championship has meaning again. And it was not too long after that when Dolph ended up with the IC title. He said, hey, the IC title main evented something. for the first time in like 12 years? That says something.
It does. And again, you know, I could say all I want about the Miz, well, not the Miz, Dolph Ziggler until I'm blue in the face, but in reality, yes, you know, that was another milestone. Having the Intercontinental title.
Close out a show.
Yes. No, I don't think since, from what I can remember, I think it was Bret and Davey Boy.
Yes.
At SummerSlam in '92.
Mm-hmm.
So, secondary title should mean something as well.
And even Miz said, like, when he was a kid, you know, he would watch, like, Rick Rude, Bret Hart, and Shawn Michaels, Mr. Perfect, hold the championship, and when they held it, it was like, this is cool, these guys are, you know, heels or faces, whatever, they have the championship. And when they held the championship meant something.
Yeah.
And then when the Intercontinental Championship became the low card championship, Miz was like, I want to bring the Intercontinental Championship back up to the level it was when Rick Rude, Mr. Perfect, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and whoever else held the championship and made it mean something again.
Exactly. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to be a good match. I think it'll be one of the great matches of the night, at least, because obviously the feud. But I don't know at this point who I should want to win.
Yeah, really.
You know, it's like, yeah, I want Daniel Bryan to shut Miz up for good. But at the same time, how many more matches can we have with these two individuals? Like,
yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where, as much as you wanted to see the rivalry, the flame ignited again and continued, you're also like, oh, what else can they do with these guys? And where can they go with their rivalry?
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. But I'll just pick one for shits and giggles. Daniel Bryan.
You know what? I'm gonna go Daniel Bryan too, only because say Daniel Bryan does win this match, it'll be interesting to see how they build off of it and where they go.
Yeah.
Where they take it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So now we go on to Baron Corbin versus Finn Balor.
Baron Corbin and Finn Balor.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, that fucking feud. And you look at what they did with Baron Corbin, and it's like, it's bad enough you have Corporate King. I mean, I'm happy in a way that they've given him a personality.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, but when you're a fucking badass and you're singing with Elias, and it's like, fucking really? And then you have him go off against Finn Balor, a guy that should be rightfully going for the Universal title against Brock Lesnar. But nope, we have to have this match. We have to have Baron Corbin versus Finn Balor. Finn Balor, Fargo Devitt, the guy fucking is a man that wrestled in Japan, and he's one of the best. But nope, you gotta have him face Baron Corbin. And for what? I mean, literally, the guy is due for the Universal title. He had a match with Seth Rollins, and he fucking got injured. He didn't have a match well, he was in a match last year. He didn't win. What does he have to do with Baron Corbin?
Yeah, I know.
put Baron Corbin in another match.
Yeah.
But, you know.
It's almost as if they're trying to continue doing with Baron Corbin and Finn Balor what they were doing with Big Cass and Enzo.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a big guy, you're a little guy, I'm better than you, this is a big man's world. You're puny, you're small, you're tiny, you're irrelevant. And go suck a donkey.
Yeah, literally. Like, that fucking makes no sense. Corbin's feud with Kalisto was better.
Oh, yeah.
Just, there's no respect, you know? There's no respect in the fucking business anymore. You take guys that should be on your top level, and I'm sorry, but I'm gonna bring it up again. You're farming Money in the Bank winner. Are you deaf yet?
No.
You got a guy who won Money in the Bank, won Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and we have to fucking take that away from Baron Corbin for some reason. Let's shave his head and put a suit on him. And fucking, you know, Finn Balor deserves better, but, you know,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a squash match. I'll guarantee you that right now.
Most likely.
So, yeah, Baron Corbin.
I mean, as good as Corbin looks in like a dress shirt and vest, why do you have to wear it when you wrestle? Come on.
Again, you're not Corporate Kane. You have tattoos. You know, and this is another thing that pisses me off. You know, you've got a guy with body tattoos, and he wears a fucking shirt as he wrestles. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Josh Matthews is a commentator, but still, you've got a guy with sleeve tattoos, and he wears a fucking shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So, it just makes no sense. Anyways, like I said, Baron Corbin.
Holy shit, I didn't realize it was around the clock already. Anyways, yeah. I'm gonna go Corbin too, just because like Finn Balor's good and everything, and he's been able to hold his own against Corbin, but it just seems to be that Corbin has just dominated.
Yeah. And again, I said this on our last review.
Mm-hmm.
You take a guy from another promotion. I just saw a New Japan match. You have Prince Devitt.
Mm.
He was in the Bullet Club.
Mm.
He was a heel, but he was sly. He had character. He had good character. And you put him in the WWE, you put him on Raw, and he's just a guy without a shirt and trunks and a leather jacket.
Meh.
No character. Well, I mean, you had the Demon King.
But that's only for like the big matches.
So,
Yeah. So now we go on to a U.S. title match with champion Shinsuke Nakamura and being challenged by Jeff Hardy.
yeah, you know, it's about time that they put a title on Nakamura.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting to me, though, because Randy Orton comes back, and he's a heel again. He's beating Jeff Hardy up.
Sure.
He puts his finger in the ear hole of Jeff Hardy's earring thing.
Yeah.
Stretches his out.
Spacer.
Yeah, spacer. Stretches it out.
Fuck, that looked painful.
Oh, yeah. I've been cringed. And yet, you're still having Jeff Hardy go for the U.S. title. Now, I understand, because Randy Orton's a heel, Nakamura's a heel, you don't want to fucking put them together and have a match, another match. I think that as good a champion as Hardy was, I think Nakamura needs just a little bit more time. You can have a match down the road with those two. And I don't know what the next pay-per-view is, but have a match against those two. I mean, Nakamura definitely needs this title reign. I mean, the whole low blow bullshit is getting old.
Yeah.
Let's find out what happens this time. I like Jeff Hardy. All respect for Jeff. Jeff, I'm surprised isn't in a fucking wheelchair.
No kidding.
But the guy definitely had the U.S. title. We get it. He's a Grand Slam champion.
Mm-hmm.
But Nakamura needs this. Like, he needs this. For how long? Who knows? But he had faced AJ Styles 3 times for the championship. Didn't win the damn match. So he should be the U.S. champion for as long as he can.
Yeah, you could see that. Here's something that just popped into my mind. Okay, you have the match with Shinsuke Nakamura and Jeff Hardy. I'm sure it'll be a good match, and back and forth, all this other stuff. There could be a potential for Randy Orton to get involved in the match, cost Jeff Hardy the championship, and then build up more into the feud, a feud with Randy and Jeff. Because there's been little hints lately of a alliance with Nakamura and Hardy, so I mean...
Yeah, that's true enough. I mean...
It might not happen, but speculation.
Yeah, that's true.
Theory.
It's gonna be a really good match, though. I think both Nakamura and Jeff Hardy definitely are the best at what they do, whether it's high flying or whatever it is, you know. But like I said, it would be cool to see Jeff Hardy win the title again.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I'm more invested in getting revenge on Randy Orton.
Yeah.
I'm invested in that more so. I want to see Nakamura hang on to the title as long as he can before giving it up.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, I'm not saying that I don't want to see them feud. That would be pretty cool. But at the same time, you already have Randy Orton going after Jeff Hardy. So what sense does it make to have Jeff Hardy win the title? Unless that's what you're going for, which is stupid, because you've already had that match.
Yeah.
But
it could be very well one of those things where have this match for the United States Championship between Nakamura and Jeff. Maybe have Nakamura retain the title, put that feud to bed, and then build up more to the feud with Randy and Jeff.
yeah, I'd say so myself.
Because they've been doing good with Nakamura and Jeff, but basically got to put one rivalry to bed first before you kick off another rivalry.
Yeah. You know, and let's face it, Nakamura, despite what Vince or anybody thinks of him, is still one of the best wrestlers there are. You know, this guy, even a mixed martial artist.
Yeah.
So this guy definitely knows his shit.
Mm.
Keep the title on him. Let's see what else he can do. So for me, it'll be Shinsuke.
Yeah, I think Shinsuke too. Whether or not it'll be a clean match or not is yet to be seen, but I think Nakamura will more than likely win, and then go off with Jeff and Randy.
So now we go on to
Cruiserweight Championship match between the current champion Cedric Alexander and the Philadelphia native Drew Gulak. I was trying to come up with something good for good, like Philadelphia something, but it didn't come.
I just thought of something dirty. So, you have a guy like Drew Gulak, and I'm going to use this a lot. The guy is money.
Yeah.
You have he comes in, and I'm not sure what federation it was. I'm sure it was in many. You have a guy who did PowerPoint presentations. He did a lot of cool, funny stuff. But when he got down to it, and you had Rockstars or Drake Maverick coming in and saying, knock off the shit. Drew Gulak is the most vicious competitor in 205. I do believe that guy can definitely be the Cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, you could say Drew Gulak is, I think, maybe the 3 most brutal dudes on 205 right now. Definitely Gulak, TJP, and Hideo Itami.
Yes, and if you watch this past week, 205, you see the brutality.
That poor son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, it was just brutal. Kenta Kobashi, Hideo Itami, whatever. The kicks that this guy does, it's the most brutal. And when you look at Mini Reigns, Mustafa Ali, you have to look at the guy who was just beaten up. He's lying in the ring. You have the referee ask him what day it is.
Yeah. What year is it? And it's like, oh, damn.
It's like, yep, there's something wrong. You got Drake Maverick hauling ass to the ring.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't break both quads. But you look at him and
Pull the fence, McMahon.
Yeah. But yeah, that's how serious that Kenta is. That's how you make a wrestler. That's how you make a guy legit badass motherfucker. And so, I can't wait to see what happens next.
Yeah, the whole thing with them asking him what year it was, it's basically concussion protocol.
Yeah, so...
You ask them various questions, and if they can answer them without stumbling or, saying I don't know, or taking a long time to think about it, they're good.
Yeah.
Generally. Anyway.
But, going back to Drew Gulak, the guy definitely deserves to be the Cruiserweight champion. Now, you look at Cedric Alexander, and we talk about the Ring of Honor alumni in NXT.
Yes.
You look at Cedric Alexander, when he was Caprice Coleman.
Yes.
And you think, oh, imagine what happens if they broke those two off. Well, when they did, you didn't know what was going to happen. And then you go, okay, so the Cruiserweight Classics come in. Who shows up? You got Cedric Alexander. I do need a fucking drink. And he goes, and he wins people over.
Oh, yeah.
And then he goes to 205. And then he goes and it's like becoming the champion. And it's like,
yeah.
It's awesome.
Come
WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It was like a dream come true for him, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, when your first championship on a company you're fairly new with on the biggest stage, holy shit.
Yep. Oh, yeah. So, those two have a great match. It's gonna be awesome. But, again, as much as I like Cedric Alexander as the Cruiserweight champion, I would like to see Drew Gulak finally get the win. He so much deserves that.
Yeah, I think so. It should be a really good match. Definitely physical, definitely hard-hitting. Drew Gulak could very well come out on top, but I mean, Cedric Alexander were to win, I wouldn't see a problem with that at all.
No.
Now, whether or not Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick will get involved in this match, who knows, but...
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Or was it... Actually, wasn't it on 205 where they said that Drake Maverick banned bars on ringside?
Oh, yeah. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, so...
No, I can't wait to see it. Anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, I mean, again, Drew Gulak is as good as he is, and as good as he was, better. You have Cedric Alexander, who definitely knows his shit.
Yeah.
And has been a really cool cruiserweight champion, so I can't wait to see what happens.
Indeed.
So, yeah, Drew Gulak for the win.
Yeah, sure, I'll go with Gulak too.
That's a lot of unanimous decisions we got.
Yeah, really.
So now, we go on to... I fucking don't understand.
A triple threat match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. You got the current SmackDown Women's Champion Carmella being challenged by Becky Lynch and Charlotte. Now, this was originally supposed to be a one-on-one match with Becky Lynch, Carmella. Then Charlotte had a fairly passionate speech, and so Paige gave her an opportunity to be involved with the match. Facing Carmella, of course, Charlotte won. Here we are.
And I don't know if it's fair. I mean, look at it this way. Charlotte has been SmackDown champion already. You got Becky Lynch. Yeah, she's been SmackDown champion already. The fact is, and I've read this somewhere, there's a rumor circulating, and it could happen, who knows, that Becky Lynch will turn heel. Who knows? I think that would be kind of the wrong move. I don't know.
Yeah.
You look at someone like Carmella, who has won me over as the women's champion. She's a legit badass too.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte, I don't think really needs the... I mean, it's almost like, okay, you said this about that? You're in the match now. It's like,
yeah, really?
I mean, I get it. Paige and Charlotte were a tag team at one point, but fuck. You know, give Becky her match. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I obviously don't want Charlotte to win.
Yeah.
It's nothing against her, it's just I think she's already had a fair share with the title.
Yeah.
I think Carmella definitely has outshined herself. So, I don't know. It's a toss-up between Carmella and Becky.
For me, I don't really care who it is between Becky Lynch and Charlotte who ends up with the championship. I just think Carmella's time is up. She needs to hand off the championship to somebody else. However, the one that really would benefit the most gaining the championship is Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I think so. I think that would be a good move.
Yes.
I don't know who she's going to face. There's Asuka. But I don't know. I mean, Becky definitely deserves another reign. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I mean, Charlotte definitely had her fair share this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to go with Becky Lynch.
So am I.
So, wow. Anyways.
Could we go the entire card agreeing on a pick?
Who fucking knows?
So next we got an IC title match. The champion Dolph Ziggler, and in his corner he's gonna have Drew McIntyre and being challenged by Seth Rollins, and in his corner is going to be the recently returned lunatic fringe, Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, a different looking Dean Ambrose.
Shorter hair, and holy fuck, he's been hitting the gym hard.
Yeah. Again, there's another rumor coming around that Dean Ambrose can turn heel on SummerSlam. Now, there's a good possibility for that to happen. Because, let's face it, when you see wrestlers come back, they obviously turn either heel or face. Now, Seth Rollins brought Dean Ambrose back.
Right.
At the end of SmackDown. Raw. And
yeah, it was interesting. They were talking about, oh, Seth Rollins is having travel issues. We haven't seen him yet. We don't know if he's in the building yet, at the arena yet. Or no, nobody's seen him. Raw's rolling on. You know, still haven't seen him. Don't know where he is. Don't know if he's showing up or not. Whatever. The end of Raw rolls around. It's a contract signing for this match. You got Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre in the ring. They're shooting off. You know, Seth Rollins is scared. His travel issues are, you know, he doesn't want to face me again. He's scared. Blah 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 blah. And Dolph's like, all right, hand me the contract. I'll sign it. Call this match a forfeit. Whatever. That's it. Seth's music hits. He comes out. He's apologizing for being late. He's saying, no, I'm never late. I'm usually on time. My apologies. And then he goes, yeah, I was having travel problems, but they weren't mine. They were somebody else's. And then he's like, well, you've got a Scottish psychopath with you, so I want a lunatic with me. Dean Ambrose music starts playing. Crowd, of course, loses their shit. Out comes Ambrose with a new look, bigger build. They both hit the ring, beat up Ziggler, beat up McIntyre. McIntyre and Ziggler hit the bricks. There's Ambrose and Rollins in the ring, hooting it up, celebrating, and of course they do the whole, you know, usual Shield thing. And that's the way Raw ends. I will also mention that Raw now has a new commentator in Renee Young. I don't know whether they maybe released Coach or they're going to put him on like the pre-show or whatever, but yeah. She's now on commentary for Raw, and it was interesting because you have, of course, Corey Graves and Michael Cole, and they're both like, oh man, Dean Ambrose is back, this is awesome, this is cool, he looked great, he's in phenomenal shape, and all this other stuff, but you didn't really hear anything from Renee. And then I read something, I guess she did an interview or whatever, and she goes, that moment was amazing, like he's my husband, and seeing him go through rehab and being out for 9 months and all this other stuff, and then to see him come back, it gave her goosebumps. And like, who would have thought? He returns the same night she debuts on Rock commentary.
You take a small town, Ajax, Ontario girl, you put her on commentary, proud as a peacock.
Oh yeah.
Another Canadian on commentary. Very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, see your husband, which I didn't know they got married. To see your husband finally come back and look as built and different, you know, that's pretty cool.
it was interesting. I seen a little video about reasons why Dean Ambrose had this new look. And one of the, you could probably say, speculated reasons was like, WWE was like, okay, when you return, we want you to do something that would shock the fans. You know, cut your hair, get a good build going, and have something that would surprise the fans. Another thing that was brought up was, in the time that Dean Ambrose was actively competing, he wouldn't have had, like, he probably would have, you know, trained in the gym, but probably very little. And, like, Dean Ambrose has always been in, like, insanely good shape. But within the 9 months he was off with this injury, you know, going through surgery, going through rehab, and all this other stuff, and, you know, going to the Performance Center, I'm sure, and doing everything there, physical therapy, and, you know, hitting weights and whatever. Within those 9 months, gave him an opportunity to improve on his build, and holy fuck did he ever.
I mean, look at it this way, too, because you have Triple H coming back after tearing his quad, and look how stacked he was.
Oh, yeah.
Jinder Mahal, same thing.
Oh, yeah.
And now I got Dean Ambrose. You know, I got Big Show, I got all these guys. It must be like, okay, I'm out of action now. I gotta keep going. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta make, you know, myself buffer than ever. And it works, you know. Not only do you look good, but you feel good.
Oh, absolutely.
And you've got more fucking energy.
Yeah.
Well, Dean Ambrose, it'll be funny just to see what happens. Because let's say he does turn heel. Okay. So is it... Because you can't screw over Seth Rollins. Let's say Seth Rollins wins. We'll have them celebrating the ring. And then Dean Ambrose somehow dirty deeds. And then we have a feud right there.
Yeah.
And, you know, that'll be interesting to see. You know, I think
really.
that this could eventually happen, you know. As one of my YouTuber friends would say, fuck Dolph Ziggler. You know. And it's true. I mean, as much as I said this before, they put someone I like with somebody I despise.
Yeah.
And it just sucks. But, I mean, it's... So, yeah. In this case, I don't know. It's a hard... obviously, I'm going to say Seth Rollins. And then, who knows? Either we'll have a feud with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, or we'll have them team up again. Who knows?
Yeah. It would be interesting to see that. And, like, put the three of them back together and, you know, have a good run. Without injury this time, for fuck's sakes.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It's like, hey, the Shield's back together. Oh, fuck, Ambrose is out. God damn it.
Yeah. Shit. Yeah. I don't know if I want to see that again. I mean, like I said, DX comes back together every once in a while, so who knows. Hey, you know what? Look at Roman Reigns like.
Yeah, really.
So.
Did we pick who we thought would go to win between Seth and Dolph?
Oh, I said Seth Rollins.
I'd like to see Seth go for another run with the IC title. It'd be interesting, and you know, having Ambrose in the equation too would really make the aspect interesting.
Next we go on to this match, which I really fucking don't understand. Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. And if Kevin Owens wins, he gets the briefcase.
Oh boy, it might be round the clock time again.
You fucking pieces of shit don't understand what you are doing. You take a guy, and I'm surprised that you have Braun Strowman, the guy that definitely deserves a championship match, and all of a sudden, he is now taken a match with Kevin Owens. Have Kevin Owens wins. He gets your briefcase. Well, fuck you. Let's go all the way back to SummerSlam of last year. He demolished Brock Lesnar, and guess what? Brock Lesnar won the match. Okay, whatever. You could have had a match with Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman. But nope, we have to have him team up with some punk kid and have a match with the Bar. I don't care if the kid was a referee's son. It's a match you could have saved for SummerSlam. Because let's face it, the kid had summer break. So what do you think? But nope, we have to have this match. And hey, guess what? We gotta diminish. We gotta take the WWE take titles away from those two because the kids gotta go to school. So we take Braun Strowman, we put him in the greatest Royal Rumble, and he goes in and he wins, and he has the trophy and the title belt. But guess what? Now he doesn't have the belt because guess why? He's in Saudi Arabia. So we gotta go way back to North America. And now we have this match. We have him win. He's in the monster. He's the monster in big. And now what happens? We're going to take Kevin Owens. And we got to put him in a match. And we're going to say, if he wins, then Kevin Owens has the money in the bank. Fuck you guys. Braun Strowman deserves better. And you know it.
Yeah. Definitely.
You don't understand the possibilities. You don't understand the opportunities that you're taking away from him. You're gonna make the guy like Roman Reigns, where 2 years from now, he's gonna be booed out of the building. But that's what you do with your talent. You know, oh, these people are cheering him. Oh, wait, let's wait a bit. Oh, wait, people don't like him anymore? Let's put the title on him. Braun deserves better, and you fucking know it.
Right. Yeah. I don't really need to add anything to that. I'm Braun Strowman.
There you go.
So, we both picked Braun. Next, we go to the SmackDown Tag Titles. We got the Bludgeon Brothers against the New Day. Well,
yep.
That's one of the members of the New Day, Kofi Kingston. You also got Xavier Woods and Mickey. Shit, I almost got his name there for a second.
Yeah. I probably shit myself in that rant. So, let's talk about that. You know, I like the Brothers. Like, you have Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. They were in the Wyatt family. It's like, okay, so we broke the Wyatt family off, but let's keep these two together. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, it doesn't, because what else can you do with them? Okay, so they demolished the New Day. How many more teams are they going to go through?
Yeah, really.
Like, you know, it's kind of like a squash match, if you think about it. Unless they come up with a strategy, and I don't mean shoving pancakes up their ass. I think that the New Day needs to, like, well, there's three of you, think of something. You want that free bird, Earl. I mean, I like Eric and
Luke.
You know, I just think that, you know, there has to be a point to this feud.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, they've definitely built up the Bludgeon Brothers to be a badass tag team. With the New Day, I mean, yeah, they're a good team. Yeah, they're entertaining. Yeah, they're funny. When they get down to business, they're incredible in the ring. Where do you go with it? I mean, yeah, you could keep the titles on the Bludgeon Brothers, and then maybe keep a rivalry going with the New Day, have them go on to feud with another tag team. I don't know. I mean, would it be cool to see the New Day as tag champs again? Yes. Will it happen? Probably not. Not when you got two big bad dudes like Harper and Rowan.
You know, I don't know if you ever watched Bugs Bunny growing up.
Yes.
You see the cartoon with the hillbillies, one's got red beard and the other's got a black beard.
Hey, it's the cartoon version of Harper and Rowan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, I mean, I like both teams. I just think that there needs to be more. Like, it's just, okay, they're big guys and they beat the shit out of you. Okay. So, I'd much rather see a feud with Sanity and the Bludgeon Brothers.
Oh, yeah,
So,
no doubt.
and that could happen eventually, but for now, I mean, I gotta go with Bludgeon Brothers. Unless the New Day can pull off a miracle.
Yeah, really, eh? Like, seriously.
Yeah. Anyways. So yeah, I'll go with Bludgeon Brothers.
As much as I like the New Day, as much as they're a good tag team, as much as their in-ring stuff is really good, like Matt said, it'd take a bloody miracle. Well, maybe not bloody, but it'd definitely take a miracle for the New Day to come out on top as new tag champs on this one. So I'm going the BB boys.
Yeah.
BB boys? Alright, let's do it.